Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Devoid Entertainment Classic. I am, of course, your host, your commissioner of Devoid Entertainment, Derek, and today we will be presenting another round of this thrilling tournament. Let's get right to our competitors. Introducing first, he is a multiple time Devoid Entertainment champion, a disgraced former commissioner of Devoid Entertainment. We are all greatly ashamed of him for no longer being the commissioner of Devoid Entertainment. It, of course, is Ben.
My legions of fans that go from sea to shining sea would be so disappointed in your negative and biased introduction of me. And you're goddamn right, the federal minimum wage is perfectly fine the way it is. We need 7 rings.
This is why toxic does not just pertain to Micah. Now, Ben, in your former position as Devoid Entertainment Commissioner, you were doing well, but you got kicked out of the role. How will you not lose so bad that you get kicked out of this game?
We are doing so much better than last time. You can see me and hear me all at once instead of one at a time. The sky's the limit at this point.
You know, that is very fair. Well, Ben, thank you for being here for the tournament.
Of course.
And his competitor in his first match of the 2021 edition of the Devoid Entertainment Classic, he is the leader of what some may call the most dominant faction of all time, P-Clan. And by some, I mean P-Clan. It is, of course, Mr. P himself, Paul.
This is the last console that I have received as a person, and in it is the game Mario Kart 7, which had a 10-year anniversary not too long ago.
That's very interesting. I will ask you, how do you think your experience in Mario Kart 7 will help you here in today's game?
Well, I'm bad at both of them, so that should cancel each other out, and I'm going to win.
You know what? Fair enough. Paul, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
We will now bring back in our competitors. All right, and we are going to get right into our first game, which, as it always tends to be in Devoid Entertainment, it is, of course, brought to you by Netflix or Notflix, Netflixpedia. So, I have something I'd like to read before I get into the rules. Hi, Netflix. Micah really messed up. We know this. While I can legally speak for him, I'm going to choose not to on advice from my lawyer, Brian Buster. But what I will say is that with the array of movies and television shows that the wonderful streaming conglomerate Netflix has, there must be endless possibilities for programming for me to not watch and just doom scroll saying, oh, that looks pretty interesting, add it to my list and never watch it. But that's not on me. But that's on me, not on you. And for that, we apologize. Now, on to the rules of Netflixpedia, brought to you by Netflix or Notflix. Of course, over the course of our past rounds of Netflixpedia, we've had many jokes about how bad Netflix's descriptions of films and TV shows have been, and they got very upset at us. We had to change it. So now, what it's going to be is this is going to be what I remember of this film or TV show. Just what my description off the top of my head, created straight from the dome. Now, of course, you'll get hints as always. You'll get the hints of year of release, genre, and an actor or actress who has played a prominent part in the film. As always, for each correct guess, you will receive 5 points. Are we ready to get into Netflixpedia?
Sure.
Wonderful. Our first film. His grandmother committed tax fraud. Now, he's committed to making money to get her out of the hellscape retirement home. He must learn to yield his weapon, a club. Anyone got a 5 iron? What is this movie? Seems like we've got very quick responses from both of the competitors, so we'll start with Paul. What you got?
Looks can be deceiving. I have no clue what this is, so I put the Squid Games.
Squid Game. All right. Very interesting. So Paul says Squid Game. What about you, Ben? What do you have?
It's everybody's thing that Bob Barker is in. Happy Gilmore. Oh, and Evan shared a tweet with me. Isn't that nice?
Huh. Thanks, Evan. It is, of course, the hit movie starring the greatest actor of all time, Adam Sandler, Happy Gilmore. That will be 5 points going to Ben May for that correct guess. As we move on to question number 2. Living a mundane life in his mundane job with his mundane girlfriend, Dante works the most time-consuming job of all, retail.
Actor or
Jeff Anderson.
Fuzz. Okay.
Year?
What's the other thing? Yeah, year.
1994. If you need, you still have the genre hint.
Yeah, why not? What's the genre?
Dark comedy.
Very good.
Do each of our competitors have something written down?
I don't even have an idea of what this could possibly be.
I mean, yes, but like it's not right.
I can tell you it's on Netflix.
Great.
Alrighty. This time we will start with Ben. What you got?
It's everyone's favorite movie from 1994, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. All right. And Paul.
I have the Cable Guy, the Jim Carrey movie.
Oh.
The Cable Guy. These are both very good choices, but this is actually Clerks.
God. Oh, fuck.
So that is unfortunately no points for either of you. As we move on to our next film. The gang all start their careers at a trade school where naturally gifted specimens actually have to learn the craft in order to pass. Also frat culture.
Oh. Year of release.
2011.
And an actor?
Steve Buscemi. Alrighty, we will start with Paul. What you got?
Again, I think this is very wrong, but Monster University? Like
Monsters University?
Prequel?
Alrighty, Ben, what you got?
I think Paul has this, and I am very wrong. I have no idea, though. I wrote down Kung Fu Panda 2.
Kung Fu Panda 2. Well, I can confirm that this is, of course, the hit animated movie Monsters University.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Meaning 5 points go to Ben for that question.
No,
I mean,
they go
not
to
the
Paul.
Ben, to Paul. That would be riggery, and there's none of that when I'm hosting. Now,
Only against me, not for me.
that's true. I mean, the next question. An orphan boy finally meets one of his own after living in the jungle for the last... You know, they never actually say how long it's been or how old he is. So who knows?
All right, year of release?
1998.
And genre?
Family.
Actor?
Great.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Okay.
We'll start with Ben. What you got?
Shout out Phil Collins. I choose Tarzan.
Tarzan? Alrighty, and Paul.
I also did that.
Well, I want to know. Actually, you want to know that you're both correct. It is the hit film Tarzan. Meaning that each of you, Ben and Paul, will be getting 5 points.
Whoa.
I like that.
Just giving away points now? What's the economy come to? Anyway, 5th question. Somehow, constitutionally and unchecked by any legal system, dancing is banned in this small suburban town. Like, seriously, what constitutes as dancing? Who defined that term? Is it purposeful movement to rhythm? The Oxford Dictionary defines dancing as the activity of dancing for pleasure or in order to entertain others. But that's even more subjective. Like, can someone just swat a suspected dancer they don't like? Is there a revenge factor? Do the teens have to sit down and say something like, Mom, Dad, I dance? Like, I have so many questions. What is that film?
I'm so happy.
Actor? Like, Kevin Bacon, probably, right?
Year.
1986. I can also read it again if you'd like me to.
I'm tempted, but I'm good.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
Okay. Then we will go right to the answers portion of this. Paul, what movie did I just rant about?
Footloose.
Ben, what movie did I just rant about?
You ranted about Footloose.
It doesn't make any sense. How can you just ban dancing? Like, that's like banning ugly clothes and then never defining what ugly clothes are. Intergalactic vigilantes attempt to stop the planetary governmental system's continual rule over all who live. So the plan is to blow up a government building. It doesn't go well, at least for these characters. What is that film?
Can I get a year?
2016.
Can I get an actor?
Donnie Yen. We will start with Ben. What is this?
I'm gonna go with Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Alrighty. And Paul.
I'm also going with Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
This is, of course, Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That is 5 points for each of you. As we move on to our penultimate game in this round. Making the journey to Beijing, Dre is bullied until he learns to stand up for himself through respect and honor. He also knows how to kick, which helps.
Year.
2010.
And actor?
Jackie Chan. Alrighty, we'll go to Paul first.
I have the Karate Kid remake in 2010.
The Karate Kid. And Ben?
Yeah, that's what I have as well. Jaden Smith's greatest achievement.
This is, in fact, the Karate Kid. That is another 5 points for each of you. As we head into the final movie of Netflixpedia. So Santa has a brother who chooses to go back to the North Pole to help Santa with Christmas. So are the Santa rules of those like Tim Allen Santa Claus universe, as Santa must kill to become Santa? Or is, and I'm sorry for saying this, is there like a mommy Claus and a daddy Claus who like birthed Santa? Are there like Santa genetics because of like immortality? Is Santa immortal actually, or can he just die like a regular human? Again, I have a ton of questions.
'Tis the season.
Yeah, that is the description of the movie.
Very good. Yes.
Thank you. Do we each have something written down?
Yes.
Yes.
Incredible. Ben, what
shout
is
out,
this?
Shout out Vince Vaughn. This is Fred Claus.
And Paul.
This is indeed Fred Claus.
This is indeed Fred Claus.
Paul Giamatti's in that.
maybe Earth's funniest and most popular comedian, Vince Vaughn. All right.
Santa's.
Our scores at the end of round 1. With 30 points, it's Paul. And with 30 points, it's Ben. It is all tied up as we head into the next round. What else could it possibly be? But the price is whack. Now, for those of you who don't know, The Price is Whack is a game that we invented, and it's original to us. And the way it works is that we will present to you items from the hit e-commerce website, ebay.com. You will guess how much that item is being sold for. If you guess the closest without going over, you will get 5 points. If both of you go over, you will get the golden, coveted, truly beloved half of a point. Are we ready to get into The Price is Whack?
Let's do it.
Yes.
We will start with our first item. Sony PlayStation 2 PS2 console, new factory sealed, SCPH 39001/97004, rare. How much for this PS2?
Oh, is that like a little carrying case?
It comes with a PS2 carrying case, which
Look at
I did
that.
not know existed. It's a very niche market, the PS2 carrying case market.
I bet.
So how much for this PS2? It is SCPH 39001, so you know.
Yeah.
Whatever that means, yeah.
Whatever that means, it's probably important or something, right?
I like to think that the carrying case came out like after the GameCube.
It looks like these are
have like the little handle on the back, so you can technically carry it around. And they're like, "Oh, we need to do that too."
It looks like these are two separate items, but the title doesn't mention the carrying case at all.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just for scale.
maybe. Do we each have something written down for a price for this PS2?
I do.
Alrighty. We will go from last to first. Haha, just kidding, you're tied. Ben, what you got?
Let's say 1,500.
1,500. All right, Paul.
I have 3,500.
3,500. Well, I can tell you that this wonderful, wonderful item can be found for $1,999.99, meaning 5 points will go to Ben for that guess. As we head into the next item, Sesame Street, 8.5 inches, XX-Ray Plus, Elmo Anatomy, Elmo from Japan, FS. How much is this? This. How much is this?
Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
How would you feel if that started saying, tickle me, tickle me?
How do you find this?
The hit e-commerce website, ebay.com.
You got to give like the Narquar answer where it's just like, we're Devoid Entertainment. We have to find this.
It is my job to find this.
God put me on this earth to find Anatomy Elmo.
How much for Skin Me Alive, Elmo?
Big in Japan.
Big in Japan.
Currently running for Senate against Ted Cruz.
It's doing well.
It might be running for Senate, but Paul, how much money is that Senate run worth?
I'm going to say $199, even though I didn't write the dollar sign. Just take my word for it.
$199. I'll take your word for it. Ben, how much for that?
I said 200. So
200. Well, I can confirm that you can get whatever the fuck that was for $819, meaning another 5 points will go to Ben.
Did it say how big that is?
8.5 inches.
which is kind of
It's kind of big. That's like this big.
Okay, but
That's
I was afraid for a second that, given the price, that it was like, I don't know. I don't know what life size for a puppet is, but like, imagine like a 6 foot tall version of that.
What's life size for an Elmo? Our next item. Paul McCartney 3, yellow with black dots, colored vinyl LP 333 edition. So how much for this?
For Paul McCartney's newest album.
For Paul McCartney's, is this Paul McCartney's newest album?
It is.
Yeah, Paul McCartney 3 is like the new one. I only
Gotcha.
know about this because Facebook is like, we've noticed that you've liked Paul McCartney on Facebook, so here's the algorithm for his new album. Just like,
I'd like to make the caveat that it is not his album titled New, because that also exists.
yes, yeah, that's true. This is also true.
I'm learning so much about Paul McCartney today. This is
Yeah.
why I do this. All right.
So, what's different about this compared to the rest?
It's yellow.
Well, I'll tell you. What makes it different is that it's Paul McCartney 3, yellow with black dots, colored vinyl LP 333 edition. So there's some threes in the title. Like
Okay.
more than just the first one. There's 4 threes in the title.
Okay.
How much for that? I will start with Paul.
I'd say that's a cool $119.99.
$119.99 for Paul and Ben.
Yeah, I put down $1,000. I don't know.
$1,000. Well, I can reveal that you can get this, what I've been told is Paul McCartney's greatest album of all time, for $5,999.99, meaning that 5 points will go to Paul for that round.
Is that
Some
right?
money for some music.
Beatles fans with money are actually what run the world.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. The next item.
I think those points. I think Ben won that.
What did you say?
I said 119.
Oh, 119. Yeah, no, that's Ben. Thank you.
I thought you said like $1,019.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought too. That's why I said you won the points. You could have said nothing and you'd be closer to winning the entire time, but none of us would have noticed.
Except for the viewers and
except for the viewers at home. And viewers like you. Thank you. The next item. Funko Pop Television. Friends. Joey Tribbiani. Figure 701 with Protector. It's Joey. It's not Joey from Joey. It's Joey from Friends. This is important. They haven't made the Joey line of Funko Pops yet.
Wow.
I feel like this is, even without the Friends connotation, there's just like probably more cost and / worth to it just because of how many articles of clothing he's wearing. Like they have to print that, like it's probably molded, but it's still, the detail is there.
Yeah.
This Funko Pop looks like it smells like alcohol.
This is a reference to something in Friends, yeah? Like Joey did something like zany.
I'll take your word for it.
I've never watched an episode of Friends. Well, I mean, that's not true, but I mean, like, I've not like paid attention while watching an episode of Friends.
I haven't cared about an episode of Friends.
There it is. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one we're trying to say.
Do we each have something written down?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ben, how much for Joey?
For me, it's like a solid $10.
A solid $10? All right. What about you, Paul?
Said $49.
$49. Well, I can confirm that you could get a Joey Funko Pop figure for only slightly higher than average, $19.95, meaning 5 points will go to Ben for that round.
Honestly, like with the Protector, like that's the most reasonably priced Funko Pop we've had on here in a while.
Yeah. They're always either like $1,000 or like $3. All right. Our next item. Lot of 11,000 DVDs from boutique rental store. Many rare finds. So how much for
Wow.
11,000 DVDs? I promise you, there's definitely at least a couple good movies in here.
That's so 11,000 movies.
You might be able to find Fred Claus starring Vince Vaughn in that pile.
Yeah, that's the gem.
But honestly, I think people have bought up so many copies of Fred Claus that there's no way it'd be just thrown into a stack like this.
Mm.
How much for all these movies?
It's 11,000 movies.
It's 11,000 DVDs.
Imagine it's not like in packages; it's just like loose DVDs in a box.
It is 11,000 loose DVDs in one yellow GameStop sleeve.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
All right. How much for, honestly, a lot of boxes more than anything?
Yeah.
Ben, how much for these
Okay.
boxes?
Yeah. Let me actually write something down.
Oh.
I was trying to do math of like how much. Okay, so like 11,000 times like however much a DVD is, but I'm gonna say $3,000.
$3,000 written on the calculator, so you know he's serious. Oh,
I said $11,000 thinking, if you made $1 off of every single one of those movies, like you're probably making bank. And like at that point, there's just way too many boxes. So like you need to clear that space out. So you're probably not looking to make a profit on that sort of thing.
I like where me and Paul are thinking. Like we have two very good, different but good mindsets about this.
I really like your logic, Paul. It's probably what I would have used. You can find this item, however, for $4,500, meaning another 5 points are going to Ben for that item.
This sounds like a rental store that like needs money and is just trying to like do a quick fix.
Yeah.
And
all right. Our next item. The Tonight Show Jimmy Fallon Roots wool leather varsity jacket, size large. It's a jacket.
oh wow.
How much for the jacket? It's wool leather varsity, so you know it's definitely some type of jacket.
So is this like merch that they sold, or is that like something they wore and is being sold afterwards?
Mm.
I bet that's something that like if you were a writer or like on like crew, you were given that as like a staff member gift, and probably somebody who's like since gone away as like a writer or whatever, like is just trying to pawn off.
That's fair. That's very fair.
That's my guess.
How much for this jacket? Do we have something written down?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Paul, how much for the jacket?
I'm gonna say $440.
$440. Ben?
I said 500.
500. Well, I can confirm that you can get this item. I believe someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first ever perfect guess on The Price is Whack, because you can get this for $500. Meaning 5 points go to Ben for that point.
Hey, it's in my size. I'll see if I can scrounge that up.
We've got an extra $500 for a jacket that maybe someone on the show. Who knows? Anyway,
Everybody's favorite late night talk show host.
it's true.
It's true.
You know what else is everyone's favorite? Is our penultimate item. A 1979 Lincoln Continental town car.
Ooh.
How much for a 79 Lincoln Continental?
No information whatsoever.
Well, it does say town car twice, so I have the feeling it might be some sort of town car.
It's actually 2 town cars.
It's if you merge enough of them, you get a city car.
Interesting. Okay.
Actually, if it said, no, never mind. I was going to say if it said it twice in a row, doesn't that mean that it's town car to the power of town car? But that's not true.
It is actually town car owned by a different town car. It's the town car's town car.
Right. Yes, that makes sense. It's like a Who Watches the Watchmen type situation. Who town car is the town car?
It's a town car that's also like a communal car for the town.
Yes.
How much for a 1979 Lincoln Continental? All right, we will start with Paul again. Paul.
Let's say 10 grand.
10 grand. It's a very good guess. Ben.
I went very high. I said $75,000.
$75,000. Well, you can get the 1979 Lincoln Continental town car for the low price of $97,000, meaning that 5 points will go to Ben.
I don't understand how cars work.
Neither do I, quite frankly. Neither do I. And our final item in The Price is Whack, and there's a description to this one. So I'll read the item and then the description. Sculpture Santa Claus. I think this is supposed to say not an, because it's like censored, not an NFT, outsider art carved wood, want Bitcoin bad.
Oh.
So that was the title.
That's a story.
I'll read the description. My parents know some very odd people. I found this in their basement. No idea where it came from, although possibly a guy who helped around the yard. Accomplished tinkerer, known only to me as Red Green. No kidding. Painted, carved wood, some tool marks on the underside. 32 inches by 17 inches by 15 inches. I'm trying to accumulate as much Bitcoin as I can before it's too expensive. So while I would urge pretty much everyone to do the same and not spend your fiat currency on anything, if you did want to have a very original piece of art instead, here it is. Not a digital monkey. We all know those are bullshit. Since it's pretty expensive, I'll ship it for free in a nice crate anywhere in the continental US. If you're an international art collector, we can sort that out too. Listing it at its current value, 0.5 orange coins, with orange coins all in capitals. So here's the Santa. Here's the thing I've been talking about.
Why does it look?
Now, I know you might be confused, so I need to reiterate. This is not an NFT.
God damn it.
No, actually, believe it or not, it's a sculpture. I know it looks very NFT-ish, but you can't screenshot this.
Christ. Again, how? How do...
I don't know.
How big is it again?
I will gladly tell you. 32 inches by 17 inches by 15 inches. Very mathematical measurements on here. They really went... How much for whatever that is?
So this Santa is putting all of its power and might into wrapping this present, so much so that they're in a deep squat and look like they're about to shit.
He looks like he's trying to lift himself up. He looks like he's actively trying to fight gravity.
It's like an MC Escher drawing, but it's a sculpture of Santa trying to lift himself.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Do you need me to read the description again?
No.
I'm not going to. Do we each have something written down for this?
Yeah.
Ben, you seem confident.
Yeah, let's $1,000, but that's not what he wants. He wants Bitcoin, so I don't know how many a chunk of Bitcoin that's worth $1,000. I hate
$1,000.
money
Paul.
isn't real.
So he said it was 0.5
Orange
orange coin.
coins.
And I know nothing about Bitcoin, but I saw a meme once that talked about Bitcoin and how it quickly changes price, and it was hovering around the $15,000 mark. So I put 7,500.
7,500. Well, I can confirm that you can get Sculpture Santa Claus, not an NFT, outsider art, carved wood, want Bitcoin bad, for $25,000. Meaning that
Bitcoin,
meaning that 5 points will go to Paul.
why was Bitcoin censored there at the end, where it's like,
I'm not sure. NFT is censored too. like when I read it at first, I had to do a double take because I thought it was saying not a nut, but I was like, why are you censoring nut?
you know, maybe eBay has like a thing where if like you are asking for Bitcoin or
Oh.
anything, like you actually get your stuff taken down.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Because they're not trying to do NFT trading or Bitcoin trading on their site.
Right. Our scores at the end of this round. In second place with 35 points, it is Paul. And in first place with 65 points, it is Ben. As we head into the final round of this episode of the Devoid Entertainment Classic, it is, of course, Triv and Let Die. Now, once again, for those of you who do not know how this game works, I will present a topic or a category, and these two will go back and forth saying things in that category. If anyone repeats something that's already been said or says something that is not in that category, they are eliminated. After that, the person remaining has to say one more thing in order to get the full 10 points. Is everybody ready to play Triv or Let Die?
Yes.
In that case, our first category is books that have sold 50 million copies or more. It is not books that have sold a stagnant 50 million, no more, no less.
Okay.
So what are some books that are really popular? So let's get right into Triv and Let Die. Starting, of course, last place first. Paul.
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet. Give me 1 second. Well, that was quick.
Oh shit! I was still writing stuff down.
You can name me one book that has sold more than 50 million copies.
George Orwell's 1984.
1984. Control F is going to kill me. I have to scroll down to find the book 1984 and not year of release 1984.
You might also have to like type it out like NIN.
Oh, gotcha. Let me try that.
Because I think that's how it's actually. Oh, did I fuck up?
It's not there. It's not there.
We both lost.
It's not
Shit.
there. It's not there.
Shit. No.
Nobody gets the points.
Damn it.
Bring Paul back in.
That's almost as bad as Olympic locations in reverse chronological order.
Which time?
The first time.
It was pretty bad the second time, too, to be fair. Alrighty. Well, getting into big numbers, our next category is the top 50 current richest people in the world.
So are we going in order, or is it just like name people?
Just name people. Just name.
Okay.
Just name the top 50 billionaires. Top 50 billionaires, basically. A lot of them are probably billionaires, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Top 50. Actually, all of them are billionaires. I can confirm all of them are billionaires. Alrighty, let's get right into it. Paul, who is a rich person in the world?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos is number 2. Ben.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is number 1. Paul.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates is number 4. Ben.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg is number 8. Paul.
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett is number 10. Ben.
Steve Ballmer.
Steve Ballmer is number 9. Paul.
I don't know if I want to say this one. George Soros.
George Soros. Let me do a look down of this list. I'm afraid he's not on there. Ben, if you can name me one more of the top 50 richest people in the world, you will get 10 points.
Oh God. Michael Bloomberg.
Michael Bloomberg, former presidential candidate for the United States, is number 17. That is 10 points for Ben.
Jesus. Good Lord.
Remember Mike Bloomberg running for president?
Yeah, that was a good time.
It sure was categorically a time.
It had some funny moments. Like not haha funny, just like ugh.
Ironic funny.
Yeah.
Like the world's burning, but so am I, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
My world's on fire. How about yours?
Reading off the points again before our final category in True or Let Die. With 35 points, in second place is Paul. And with 75 points in first place, it is Ben. As we go to our final round, something I am sure each of you will know a lot about. This is guests on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Okay.
So you have to. I've got the list.
That sucks.
It sure is way longer than it has any right to be. So you're gonna have to tell me who's been on the Joe Rogan podcast. Alrighty, we're gonna get right into it. Paul, can you name me a guest from the Joe Rogan Experience?
Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
Elon Musk has for sure been on the Joe Rogan Experience. Confirmed. Ben.
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro was on recently, correct. Paul.
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie has been on the Joe Rogan Experience. Ben.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders has, in fact, been on the Joe Rogan Experience. Paul.
I've ran out of all the 3 clips that I've seen. I don't know his first name, so I can't say that one. I was going to say, Dennis Prager.
Dennis. What?
Prager, Prager, from PragerU, from the...
Yeah.
I'm not seeing him on the list.
That makes sense. That was just a shot in the dark.
It's a good shot in the dark. But I'm afraid this will not give you a slim shot in immunity in Survivor Season 41. Ben, can you name me one other guest from the Joe Rogan Experience?
Yeah, sadly I can. That would be, we'll end on a wrestling reference since this is Devoid Entertainment. Jake the Snake Roberts.
Jake the Snake Roberts has been on the Joe Rogan Experience.
It's a delightful listen if you like a depressing story about a man having lots of drug problems.
Wonderful.
Well, you already said it was the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, what about his guest? As we end the game, in second place, with 35 points, it is Paul. Paul, thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be here.
And the winner, he is now 2-0 in the Devoid Entertainment Classic. It is disgraced former Devoid Entertainment Commissioner. This is how many times I've said that to him this episode. It is Ben. Ben, do you have anything to say for those at home?
I do it for my dozens and dozens of fans who are all around the world rooting me on, cheering me on as loud as possible. Through all the noise, through all of the trials and tribulations that I have suffered, my disgraceful, I was screwed over.
So that's all the time we have for the Devoid Entertainment Classic, unfortunately. As always, I have been me. You have been you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. I love you.